Of course, the first night that we have these chickens outside, it is thunder, lightning, and raining outside. Let's go check on them and hopefully they're still doing okay. All right, everyone, our chicks are now 5 weeks old. So that means they are getting much closer to getting them outdoors. It's crazy to think that just over 5 weeks ago, we hatched out these guys, hatching out chicks for our very first time, and they are getting much closer to going outside and enjoying the outdoors. As they're getting so close to going outdoors and getting much bigger, we can see a lot of feathers coming in. What we're actually gonna do, and we've already been doing this, is our heat plate inside there. We've been turning it off during the day, but we'll turn it back on at nighttime just so they can get adjusted to the weather in here and get closer to being outdoors. But we are going to officially turn off their heat source so that we can possibly get them out next weekend. It is moving day for the chicks today, guys. Your new flock members, they're going to be outside with you guys, kind of. It looks like the lowest of lows all week is gonna be like high 40s for the next like 4 or 5 days. So it should get the chickens a lot of time to adjust and be outside. And last week, I built this chicken tractor that we're gonna use for our meat chickens that come here at the end of the month. But we figured while we have this structure and we can get our chicks outside, they need room. They're just jammed in their little brooder now for how big they are, and 10 of them. So we need to get them outside, and I think they're ready. But first, I want to move this chicken tractor into a better spot than all the way in the back of the property. All right, let's go get some chicks. Chicks, you guys ready to go outside?
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun.
So while Melina has some time playing with the chicks inside there, they're gonna need food and water. And we need a big water for them. We can't wait to do that. We've had a smaller water container for them inside the brooder the whole time, or we had to change it like 2 times a day at least when it was inside the brooder. It'll be very nice to have one big water, which I think should hopefully be in this shed. We got one. Just got to clean it out so we can use it.
Oh, maybe not.
All right, they got some water so they can be hydrated. I am gonna hold off on their food though and not give it to them just yet. I like the fact that they're foraging around in there, eating the grass, pecking at the ground. I really want them to do that, so I'm not gonna worry about giving them food just yet. You guys will be fine. As you can see, our pigs, actually just the one here, this guy right here, has decided to tear up the pig hut on a day it's supposed to possibly now rain, which is another problem we need to figure out now that we put the chicks out for the first time. And a lot going on, but we need to fix this pig hut so that they have some shelter while it rains. Not the prettiest thing now, but at least it's gonna keep them protected from the rain. They look hungry, they're going crazy. So I figured as they're eating, we'll play the good old game of hen or rooster with our 10 chicks here. Let's see what we got. Here's our first one, and remember, these are all about 6 weeks old, so if you want to play at home with your chicks. I'm thinking I see a very cone-shaped, very curved for the tail feathers here. So this one is probably going to end up being a hen. Same kind of ordeal here. There might be a little bit of curve, but I'm not seeing much. I'm seeing another very cone-shaped tail feather right here. So, another hen. Now we're getting pretty lucky. Cone-shaped. This is gonna be another hen. And if you can see the colors of this one, I'm really liking the colors. This is gonna be that splash Moran that we hatched out. They're gonna look cool. This one has a lot more of the spotted colors around it. This one right here is interesting. I'm seeing a really good cone here, but there is a little bit of tail feather kind of flipping up just a tad. But I'm still gonna say another hen. This is the one that had that bad wing, but the wing looks all perfect now. Very coned shape here. This one looks pretty confidently that we're gonna have another hen. Yeah, which is good. All right, this one right here, very long tail, and I'm starting to see some different colorations of the tail. This tail really sticks up a lot when they're walking around. This one right here might be our first rooster. All right, another one here. Push these tail feathers up. You can kind of see the more pointed and not rounded tail feathers. Unfortunately, I think this is gonna be our third rooster of our Splash Morans. Very cool. Look at all those different colors in there. All right, I think I might have went over 10 of them, maybe, but it's kind of hard to tell the difference between the Splash Morans. I think the 4 eggs that we put in the incubator that were from our own flock, I think all turned out to be hens. The Splash Morans, which are the cooler looking ones, at least to us, I'm thinking we have 3 roosters, 3 hens, but time will tell. You guys were hungry, huh? All right, enjoy it, enjoy it. So we put a temperature thing in here just to kind of see what it was gonna be for these chicks. And surprisingly, right now it's saying 72 degrees, which I guess isn't too far off. It does say 68 on our phone right here. But I'm telling you, there's a cold breeze, there's some good amount of wind going on, so I'm sure it feels like a lower 60s. And these chicks have been doing absolutely fine. They've been roaming around just fine. Unfortunately, at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning, it does show that we possibly have some rain coming, and possibly thunderstorms tomorrow, but that doesn't start till a little bit later, so we can kind of catch it and if it's gonna be bad or not for them. I don't see any need right now to think that we need to take them in. The lows for tonight are gonna be 55. It's gonna be pretty low, but last night we left our window open in the bathroom in the brooder where we have them, and the temperatures got very like high 50s, 58, and they did just fine last night. That they don't need such a hot temperature, that they can handle colder temperatures, especially if you play it right. You turn off your heater a few times while they're still in their brooder to allow them to adjust to those colder temperatures. Allow them to test outside at ages 3 weeks, 4 weeks old so that they get used to the winds and the cold breezes. They're gonna start growing in their feathers much faster, which I feel like ours are very feathered. And most of the time you can get your chicks fully feathered by week 5, so that by week 6, they can adjust to most temperatures out there and their body's gonna regulate just fine. There could be a storm coming later tonight in the middle of the night, so we might just kind of adjust our coop a little bit for them, but not too much because I'm thinking they're gonna be ready to handle it. All right, we were just out for a little bit and we're coming home now. It actually sprinkled a little bit here, and the chicks, they still look okay in here. Are you guys doing okay? So I did add, they have this bench so that they have something to roost on. I tried putting this tote and the lid kind of up against the corner so that it would kind of block the wind from them tonight, thinking that would help, but now I think they're just gonna end up roosting on top of them like that. And since there is a possible storm coming in at like 5 a.m. in the morning, and we probably aren't running out here at 5 a.m. at all, I do think I'm just gonna add a little extra layer of protection right here before we go to bed, and then we'll check up on them and see how they did their first night. So now they have a little insulated corner there. My nervous chicken dad when I have to leave chickens out for the first time when they are out of the brooder finally. We'll check up you guys on the morning, okay? Of course, the first night that we have these chickens outside, it is thunder, lightning, and raining outside. Let's go check on them and hopefully they're still doing okay. Hi guys, how we doing? How you guys doing? All right, it looks like they are doing just fine in here. I was afraid how wet they might get with the open sides, but as you can see, last night when I came out here to check to see how they were gonna sleep at night, I saw how they, instead of roosting on that little bench I have back here, they were just laying down here at the ground. So I made sure that I put something up against the side to kind of block some of the wind, and then just in case any of that rain was gonna reach the corners, and it looks like they're doing just fine now. I am very excited to see that they were able to last this night, especially with the high winds, rain, and a storm on their very first night out. There definitely was times last night I was thinking if I should bring them in, but I just knew that if they could get through tonight, which I'm still taking a chance of doing that, then I feel like they can handle pretty much any weather that's going to be coming here in this next coming weeks. I don't think we have much rain or storms coming, just a lot of sun and warmer weather. So that's going to allow their feathers and their body adjustment to this kind of temperature and being outside to go much smoother to where they're easily going to handle nights like tonight. We got 10 happy chickens living outdoors. Theo, what do you got to say? All right, he's gone shy. You guys have a great day and a better tomorrow. We'll see you guys in the next one.